This is the part 5 of the video series on patterns of square numbers. Video links to the other parts is given in the description box below. Please watch them. Now, in order to understand this tutorial, you should know what are triangular numbers. And assuming that you know what are triangular numbers, let's begin our discussion. So in this pattern, we have if we add two consecutive triangular numbers, then we get a square number. Now, 1 is a triangular number, 3 is a triangular number, 6 is a triangular number, and 10 is a triangular number. These are some of the triangular numbers. Now, 1 is a triangular number because you can draw a triangle here. 3 is a triangular number because you can draw a triangle here using these dots, and same thing is with 6 and 10 also. Now, let's add these two consecutive triangular numbers, that is 1 and 3. So, if I take this dot, and if I put it here, so clearly we get a square here. Two rows and two columns made with 4 different dots. So 1 plus 3 gives us 4, that is 2 squared, right? And this is a square number. Let me copy it here. So this is Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Now let's remove this one. Okay, now let's add 3 and 6 together. So when we add 3 and 6 together, I'm going to take this dot and let me put it here. Then I'll take this dot and we'll put it here. And then this dot and we'll put it here. So you can, imagine that you have actually rotated it and fit it here, right? Now, again, if you see, then this is a square number. You are getting actually a square, and this time you have added 3 plus 6, you get 9, that is 3 squared, right? This 9 is a square number, and that is clearly visible here also, that you are actually getting a square. It's not very straight, these two lines, but assume that they are straight lines because it's a rough diagram. Okay, now let's remove this one. Now let's add 6 and 10 together. Let's add 6 and 10 together. So I'm going to take this dot and I'll put it here. Then I'll take this dot, I'll put it here. This dot here. Then this dot here. This one here. And this one here. Again, you can imagine that you have actually rotated it clockwise and then you have fit it here, right? Now, again you have a square. Again we have a square. We can draw a square from here. If line segments are not straight, just assume that they are straight since it's a rough diagram. So there can be some mistakes. Now we have 6 plus 10, these two triangular numbers is equal to 16, right? 4 rows and 4 columns, therefore 16 dots. Using 16 dots we have made a square, and this is 4 square. And let's copy it here. This is Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. Now from these three, you can clearly see that when you add two consecutive triangular numbers, we are getting a square number, right? And that is visible by the diagram also. And you can test the same thing for rest of the triangular numbers. Each time when you add two consecutive square numbers, triangular numbers, you'll always get a square number.